diamonds, all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody is doing well. If you're anywhere that it's cold, I hope you're staying warm. And if you're somewhere that's warm, I hope you're staying cool. Let's see who's here. Tammy is here. Hello, Tammy. And thank you for reminding everybody, hit that like button on your way in. Eve says, greetings, Professor Rich and his trusted colleague, the highly esteemed Dr. Samuel Frosty Paws. Let me tell you, his paws are frosty. We'll talk about the challenges that he's having with this weather in a little bit. Hi, Carol. Hope you're doing well. Christine, hello. Francis, hello. Ausper, good evening. Hi, Mary. Hi, Nancy. Hope you're doing okay. Nice to see everyone here on this chilly 12-degree Sunday here. I guess they were talking about bingo papers for these lives, and I guess I give the weather all the time, but I don't know. Hey, hiding and listening, help. Why are you hiding? Oh! Hi, Matt. Welcome on in. Yes, it's that time of year that family members come to town, even the ones that you love so much. Matt, hope you're doing well. Eve says there's 6 inches of snow there. That I saw your picture this morning. That was like probably like the first snow that we had here. But I'm trying to decide if I rather have the snow or the bitter cold, because this morning it was -1 when I woke up. And today is supposed to have a high of 10, and we've reached a balmy 12. So I don't know. Hi, Melissa. Jessica, bingo cards would be awesome. Yeah, I don't know about that. Jessica says snow every time. See, I don't know. It's like snow, I could fall in snow, but when it's cold, it's like I just can't get warm. I don't know. Francis says we're -12 and digging out from a blizzard. Yikes. And you're up in Alaska, northern part of Alaska, like the northernest part, isn't it? But that, at least it's nice to see that someone in Alaska has Alaska-like weather instead of Berta, who's always sitting there in flip-flops and a sleeveless shirt. But it's hope you're staying warm and doing well. I know we have been having a number of frost quakes. Everyone know what a frost quake is? Yesterday I was sitting here and I thought the house was coming down around me, because there was just these big booms. And there were a couple times that I went outside to see if like snow came off the roof, or if a gutter came down because of like icicles or something like that. But then I remembered the frost quakes, where the ice freezes so quickly in the ground that it pops or something, and it has this frost quake. And it's that's fun when you think the house is coming down, for sure. Jessica says I'm supposed to be in Kona, and this is bullshit. Jessica is a pilot, and I probably would have been in Kona regardless. I don't know. Matt says they got maybe about 4 inches of snow there, so you guys got hit on the East Coast there. Hope you're digging out well. I know that when I talk to folks at work that are up in Toronto, our weather, they always get our weather like the next day. So, but I think it goes up and not over. So I don't think you're getting what we're getting, but who knows? Let's see. Whiskey Witch, hello, Kristen, welcome on in. Melanie says, bummer, Jessica, we're raining, so not much better. I don't know. I'd rather have it like rainy and 50. I don't know. I'm not sad about that. Although I do have to say the sun came out today. It was bright. It was fantastic. I went outside with Sammy. I stood in the sun and like just enjoyed the sun a little bit because it has not been around very much lately. But yeah, it looks like I caught up on the chat there. So hope we'll watch for additional folks coming in. So how's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing well. We're getting closer to the holiday here. So if you are running about, completing shopping and stuff like that, please shop responsibly, because there's mystery kits that you have to pay off. My Black Friday paintings and Cyber Monday paintings have arrived. And the way it works is I pile them up over there so that I can put them in my spreadsheet, and then they go in the storage room. And yeah, I have to get that done before the mystery kits come in because I'm running out of room over there. Yeah, that was not a good thing. But I hope if you're shopping, you're staying safe with crowds and stuff like that, and also with fraudsters, because this was fun. Monday morning, I woke up, did the usual, sat down at my desk, logged in at work, and about 8:30 or so, I got a text message from my credit union asking me if I did a couple transactions, and there were 4 transactions for Office Depot. Each one of them ranged between $300 and $1,000. And, I said no. So they shut down my debit card. My account had some other transactions that had cleared. So I was waiting. I have to wait for that provisional credit to come in. But someone, I don't think it was my debit card. I think it was my Office Depot account got hacked. And because of all the purchases at Office Depot, they went through my checking account, they tried PayPal, and they tried one of my credit cards, and all of those are were on the Office Depot website. So that was fun. I've been waiting because I owe my lawn/snow guy money, and I'm like, I can't use the ATM. I'm waiting for a card. I'm waiting for my money to get back, all that good stuff. So that's a pain in the butt. Not a great time of year for that to happen. Then one of my other credit cards had a weird transaction on it, got a fraud alert. So now that card is shut down. So pretty much everything financial has been happening here, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. But luckily they stopped it before it got too out of control. But I am, like I said, waiting on a provisional credit to come through. Let's see. Eve says it was beautiful this morning, winter wonderland out my front door. I do love how it looks right after it snows. And even when it's snowing, I like going outside when it's snowing. Like if I take Sammy out at night or something, I'm not too far from an expressway. So I constantly hear cars, like driving on the road, like the tire noise, maybe, I guess. And when it's snowing, you don't hear that because that all gets hushed, right? And I love that. But then the snow gets gray and dirty, and yeah, it's not fun. Ausper says the first box arrived. Nice, nice. My Eve says my Black Friday, Cyber Mondays arrived, but no mystery boxes yet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that they've been talking about how much problems they had with the tracking, but like my mystery kits, it just says order placed, basically. One of them just updated today that it says I'm supposed to get it on Wednesday, but they had a bad time with the shipping lately. And let me tell you, so does everyone's orders default to on track for shipping? Because I don't like them anymore. So a couple weeks ago, I was waiting for a package, and I signed up for the text messages. I get the text message, your thing has been delivered, but there was no picture for it. Well, I went to the front porch, I looked, I'm like, there's nothing here. And then I'm trying to think, is it one of those where like they deliver it to the post office for the last final bid or whatnot? I'm like, no, if OnTrack has it, they usually bring it here. I find it, so front of my house, right? Front door's over here with a porch, and there's a sidewalk that goes over to the driveway. It's laying in the middle of the sidewalk in front of the house. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, did you get tired and you just didn't want to walk the rest of the way? I don't know. Like, I don't know why it was there, but I was like, why is this just laying here? And then inevitably, I'm trying to think, I'm like, am I the odd one here? Like, my screen door opens out and they're constantly leaning stuff against the screen door. And some of the boxes from Diamond Art Club are pretty heavy, rival the baby gate for security reasons, right? But it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I can hardly open the door. I'm not gonna be able to get out to even get the box, but whatever. I'm sort of thinking, I'm like, maybe I need to start paying the $10 for UPS or something. I don't know. Ausper says, got Blitzen done yesterday. It was an awesome kit. Nice. Melissa says, hey, just staying warm and working on my reindeer with lights from Captured by Radiance. Cool. Matt says, oh, it sucks. It always wanted to happen. I think both times I have issues around the holidays. Funny thing. So I used to bank with where I work. Not everything, like my mortgage and stuff is with the credit union, and car loans with the credit union, all that other stuff. But I would have a checking account because I thought if I'm an employee, I want to see how customers get treated, like that whole thing. My debit card was compromised 5 times over the period of maybe 2 years. 5 times. And there was no rhyme or reason. And my cruise buddy, Lisa, she's in charge of fraud at the bank she works at. So she gets the notifications of where they find the skimmers and stuff like that. And I'm asking her, was it at this gas station? Was it here? Was it here? Couldn't come up with a rhyme or reason, but 5 times. So I closed that account, started banking solely with my credit union. I've been with them 25 years. This is the first time it's been that I've had some type of breach. So I'll take it, but it's a pain in the ass. Thanks, Gail. Tammy says, I don't want to understand why people want to cause havoc, right? Think about all the people that hack things and blow up things and all this whatever. If they all got together and put their minds together to do something good, like we would we would be living in the Jetsons era for sure. Matt says, almost makes you wonder if all these mystery things were just a way to get around them having logistic issues from China. And I know that because just like this weekend, I've seen some creators that do unboxings for DAC have been posting, like, I finally got it. So maybe, I don't know. Christine says mine shipped from DAC from On Track. Yeah, I'm not loving On Track right now. Hi, Sarah Ann. Welcome on in. You think On Track employees are morons since Nancy? Well, and it's like what is it with companies now that are like, you're an employee, you just drive your own car, like you don't even have a delivery truck. It's like weird. It's weird. I don't know. Eve says UPS is so much better. Been okay with On Track so far though. Yeah, UPS, at least I know when UPS, because I'm not too far from a like a hub. I know what time, if I'm going to get something in the morning, I know what time I get it. If I get something afternoon, I know what time I'm going to get it. It's like clockwork. And there was only one time that something got lost and they covered it because it was very strange. And then like 2 months later, it showed up and it was like the box was all eaten up and stuff like that. But FedEx, on the other hand, they're stealth. They come and like they're here and then they're gone. I don't know what time they come. They don't come in a set time. It's very strange, but I'm getting a little tired of the putting stuff in the front of the door is ridiculous. It is. The thing that I super hate is when you have food delivered and now you're knocking over your food because they put it, and I put on the thing, do not place in front of door opens out, whatnot. Of course, they don't read that. Jessica says, I have at least one credit card gets skimmed about every 6 months. Yeah, it's at least with the credit card. See, my problem is I try and do the whole, I don't want to rack up a credit card, so I'm going to use my debit card everywhere. And I should be able to use my debit card everywhere. But when this happens, I have no access to my cash because my debit card gets shut down. They take like my working money that's in my checking account is gone, at least temporarily. Whereas if I were to use a credit card more, if that happened, they take the bank's money, right? So I think I need to start using credit cards more. Tammy says both times my debit card has been hacked, I've had charges overseas. Yeah, what was the one time American Express called? And there says, Mr. Schneider, we have transactions in, and it was somewhere very warm and tropical. Are you making those? I'm like, you just called me. Where do you think I'm at? I'm like, no, I wish I was there. And we had a little bit of a laugh about it. I'm like, my credit card is like traveling more than I am. Sarah says, I'm making Christmas treats, say fudge, homemade peppermint patties, and raspberry almond shortbread thumbprints. Okay, Sarah Ann, now you've started it. Homemade peppermint patties, that sounds good. I think I've had those thumbprints, but everybody, what's your favorite Christmas cookie? Mine is the peanut butter blossoms. It's like the peanut butter cookie, and then you put the Hershey's Kiss on top of it. I don't know why. It's like you get the soft peanut butter cookie, and then the Kiss, after it firms up after being on the hot cookie, gives you a snap of chocolate and stuff. Oh, love that thing. But I'm also partial to pizzelles, which is an Italian. It's like a very thin batter. There's like a thing you dip into it, then you put it in oil, and they're very thin, look like a lace, whatnot. They have powdered sugar on it, but they have to be anise flavored. I mean, I'll eat other ones. Maple flavored, oh my gosh, I go nuts. But anise flavors, that to me is Christmas. That Pfeffernuss, those Keebler cookies that are anise flavored. Yeah. I'm about to make Mississippi mud cake for Christmas. Candy exchange. I'm gonna have to look that up because that sounds very delicious. Same five, same five different fraud situations. 2 years of Bank of America just don't have the bandwidth to change banks with all that has to be done. Agree, agree. And it was much easier for me because everything existed at the credit union. I just wasn't using it as my primary, so I just switched it over. Mel says I paid for the UPS delivery, but why does it cost more? We should still get free shipping. I do agree. It should. I mean, I guess maybe UPS costs more than On Track because they employ idiots, as Nancy said, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Seems like a lot of people have stuff from other countries seemingly held up for a long time now, not moving. Yes. Well, and are y'all seeing who was it? Madwood Turning. They pen maker. She's a pen maker from Slovenia, Slovakia. I don't know, slow something over in Europe. And twice now she shipped something over because someone ordered something, and the people will not pay the customs charge. So the material goes abandoned. She doesn't get her money back, and they just like they don't deliver the stuff. It just goes and sits somewhere. They toss it somewhere. And that's sad. That's really sad. If you're ordering something from overseas, you should know at this point that there may be a charge. You should know if there's going to be a charge or not. Like when I ordered from her one time, I ordered a pen. I had to pay $30 to, I think it was UPS, before they would ship or deliver it because of the charges, the customs charges and stuff like that. You know, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it's turned out to be as bad as it seemed it would be. But what I am finding is more and more places outside of the US are starting to not deliver to the United States. For example, there's a store on Etsy out of Germany that I got a couple of my confetti towers, and I really like them. And he was on a break. So the other day he was back, and I went on the site, and he wasn't offering like all his diamond painting stuff. Instead, he was offering a mystery box because he was going to phase out his diamond painting stuff, which was upsetting. But I messaged him and I said, hey, I've bought from you before. I have a couple of your towers. Are those towers going to be in the mystery boxes? Because if they were, I would buy a mystery box. Or is there a way that if you have any stock that I could buy them from you? The next day I get a message, very German. No, they will not be in the box, and I do not ship to the United States anymore. German, nice and direct and succinct, and there we go. I was just like, oh, okay, well, okay. Unfollow the shop because you're not making diamond painting stuff anymore. So nothing there that I want. So it's sad and challenging and whatever. But yeah, a lot of stuff is stuck places and not moving. And sometimes it's stuck because of the custom stuff. Ausper says, would love to try your fudge. Have you ever seen fudge made with Velveeta cheese? I was watching a video the other day of someone watching someone making, her name is Clara and she's from England and she watches like these cooking shows, but everything starts with a big aluminum can and like 90 sticks of butter and, and she makes fun of it. And these people are making Velveeta fudge. Whole brick of Velveeta, cocoa powder, probably some sugar or something. And they said it was good. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever had that. Eve says, what I now refer to as bank crap is an absolute trigger for me when that stuff happens. I kind of lose it. Yeah, yeah. I guess, I don't know. I haven't had it happen in a while. But it's, I'm just like, whatever. Like, work has been real crappy, super busy. Um, like the weather, and it's like everything's been crappy. So it was just like another thing on the pile, and I was just sort of like, whatever. If it was a different time of the year, maybe I would be more upset about it this time at least. Hi, Christopher. Welcome on in. Peanut butter blossom are the best. Yes. So says Mel. Says Brian. Jessica says, I have to use a credit card just because I travel so much. Downside, I travel so much they occasionally deny me because it flags. I've used a credit card in DC one day, San Francisco next. Yes, I can totally see that happen. I think because you travel so much, it's probably good to use the credit card because then you don't run into the debit card issue. But yeah, you using it all over the place. They probably, although you think they would put a note on the account or something to be like, she's a pilot, leave her alone type thing, whatever. But I know, I forgot what credit card it was, but when I went to San Antonio, my card got declined at Buc-ee's. Not sure if it was because it was in Texas and it's like, you don't live in Texas, or was it because I was spending like over $400 at Buc-ee's? But I like that now that they do it on the phone. You get the text, is this you? Yes, it is. Boom. Try it again. It goes through. But it's hard. And I remember the days of, I think it's good if you do it now, but it's like it used to be you had to tell your bank if you were traveling, especially out of the country, so that they wouldn't stop your card. But the past couple times I've gone on vacation, I haven't done that. And everything still goes through. So I don't know. Ausper says, love Christmas sugar cookies and magic cookie bars. I think I remember what magic cookie bars. Those are good. Tammy, go lay down. Anise. Christopher says anise and 3 X's. I like anise, but I also like black licorice. I also like sambuca. Like I like that flavor. A matter of fact, the last grocery trip that I did, I got some of the Stella D'Oro anisette toasts, which I have not had in years. I totally forgot about them. They're sort of like a biscotti, not as hard, but they're shaped like a biscotti, and they're anise flavored, and you dip them in coffee, and they are so good. So good. I don't need you to say, Tammy. Go lay down. She's in Slovenia. Thank you, Tammy. The worst is when a shipper transfers to USPS. Yes, because then you get the notification. It's been delivered. No, it's not. But then it's delivered at your post office. And then, yeah. Christopher saying he's got about 5 inches. Thank you. Eve said she got about 6. Get RFID sleeves or wallet. Yes. In the sleeve until they bring it back. I have it's not a backpack, but it's like a sling thing for like when I travel. It has that protection in it. I do have an RFID sleeve because I had global entry and they put that card in RFID. So I got one of those. So I've been using that too, but Eve says we got 6, but I've been told before that much is 10. But I'm bummed. Let's see. Matt, I crashed out during the auction last night. It seemed like everyone was all excited to spend all the monies, right? Did y'all see Crashly's and Lori's auction last night? There were paintings that went for hundreds of dollars. It blew. I know the record for one of my auctions was 200 and something, 270 maybe. That was for a J-wall. The J-wall went for that. There were some Margot Moraleses that went for that. It was crazy fun watching it, and Crashly was losing her mind, but it was fun to watch. Eve says, Matt, the bidding was too much for my wallet on the ones I was wanting. Yeah, luckily I didn't. I was going to try for the J-Wall, the Mask of Love, and I did. But as soon as I got outbid, I was done because I'm like, I can't be spending this money. If it was something that I was specifically looking for, yes. But quite honestly, I've been doing really good on Mercari and eBay lately, finding things that I want. So, plus, it's hard to sometimes find people who are auctioning or whatnot, like even in D-Stash in general. It's like I don't like the big eye girls. I don't like all the art that's out there. So sometimes it's just hard to find D-Stash stuff because maybe not a lot of people are buying it, or when they buy it, they're doing it. I don't know. Let's see. Those prices were crazy. They were. They absolutely were. I'm stopping reading your comments, Tammy, because you're supposed to be lying down. Eve says it was a wild ride. The Velveeta fudge sounds disgusting. They said it was good. I don't know. Hi, Shay. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. My mom also made poor man's turtles. Those are addictive. Okay, what are those? Because those sound really good. What was... I got a pen from Enabler's Outpost, and they had in there, it was a turtle. So was it pecans with caramel covered in chocolate? But it was fall, and it was green apple flavored or something. It was so good. I could care less about the apple flavor, which is weird because I'm an apple flavor aholic. The fact it was a turtle, I almost had to go to Fannie Mae and get a box of turtles, but then I'm like, I don't need them. I don't need them. So the next time I was at Walgreens, they had some of those green apple ones. I got a couple of those and just was done with it. Matt says, oh, I miss Christopher somehow. And Shay, hey. Yes, hey. Shay, hey. Shay, hush, hush. I don't want. Butter cookies here, but I miss my mom's pecan cups. Ooh, pecan cups are good. Those are good. Butter cookies, sometimes, yeah. Kevlar fanny pack. No, it has some, like, I don't know, it has wire in the fabric or something. Pecan cups, never heard of those. Those are like, they're almost like mini pecan pies, but not usually. They're put in a mini muffin tin, the crust, and then like the inside of a pecan pie, but without the layer of the gelatinous deliciousness. It's just all nuts with the gelatinous deliciousness. It was a fun auction. Kerwin is turning into a professional auctioneer. He is really. I have to hand my title over. Tima needs to stop saying fair warning and say whatever he's saying. Poor man turtles are square pretzels with a Rolo on top, and you put them in the oven. Got it. I've seen those. I didn't know that that's what those are called. Those are good. Not a turtle, obviously. But I get it. I get what it's going for. So, all right. So now I want a cookie, and I don't have any cookies. So maybe I'll start grocery shopping, doing my grocery shopping. I order online and I'll go pick it up, or I'll have it delivered so I can start doing that and get my cookie fix virtually, maybe. Speaking of, let's talk about some gifts that I got. So I think I saw a couple other people were recipients of similar. Sorry, my jewel box fell over. I too received from Christine McLennan, thank you, Christine, a Warmies. These are the guys, they're like filled with beans or something. They smell like lavender. You put them in the microwave, blah, 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 blah. They warm them up, and then you can, put them on a sore something or just put him under the blanket or something. So thank you. He's a nice little lion. He matches my lion painting back there, but also all of my Hubert the Lion collection over here. The bank that I work for is Bank of Montreal, but they had, back in the 80s, they bought Harris Bank and Trust, which was a large bank here in Chicago and surrounding states. And the mascot was Hubert the Lion, created by Leo Burnett, advertising agency. It was like a big thing. And so I've been collecting. There's a cookie jar. There's a really old bank that my neighbor found in their basement. There's a smaller bank behind Sammy's artwork. And then up on my, whatever this is, credenza thing up above my desk, I have 4 different Huberts that are all wearing, like, one is a Blackhawks, one is I think a Cub, one is a White Sox. It's all, and all those sports teams, and they're in a plastic container. So I am always on the lookout for some cool Hubert stuff, but this guy could be a little Hubert's warm little friend. So thank you, Christine. That was very nice of you to send that. When I go to Walgreens and when I go in and to pick up a prescription, these are sitting just to the right of where you wait for your prescription. And I'm always looking at them. I don't know that I've ever seen the selection of figures that Christine found. But yeah, that was a nice gift. Thank you. Let's see. Kathy's making homemade split pea and ham soup. Oh, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. Matt says nobody runs a timer like Kerwin. Let me tell you. I get the purpose of it. I get the purpose. I get people not wanting snipers. I get it. But it's an auction. If we were sitting at Christie's and someone sniped my bid, that's what happens, you know. Granted, it's much easier to do online than in person because you got to call it out and you can see people and stuff like that. But there are times, like, and I get it, you don't want to start it early because if people are going to be bidding, you don't want to limit how much you're getting for the painting. But oh my gosh, when you're waiting, okay, I'm high bidder, and then he starts the clock over and someone else comes in. So then you're like, I'm going to snipe. Like, it makes you, well, you have to snipe now. You got to do it. And then you snipe and then it resets. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I've lost more paintings because of that, which good, keeps it, you know, somewhat honest and stuff like that. But that's a lot of work. I don't know that I would do that. Let's see. Sarah says, if you were my neighbor, you'd get a container of all the treats. Well, I mean, you're not that far. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Kristen says, yay. If Kerr isn't careful, he's going to be running a running timer himself. Yes. I hope that, I don't know if Crash is in here or not. I made last night, Eve put in the chat, because Kerwin does this timer thing. She goes, and Eve put in the chat like a fake headline that says, Missouri man is found with timer inserted into rectum or something. So I went and I made like a front page of a newspaper. I put that as the headline. Then it was like the next thing down was because it was going to be Eve, Melanie was going to hold him down and I was going to drive. So 3 people sought, you know, by police. And then his wife said he deserved it. Like there was like different quotes and stuff. And then I went out on his Facebook page and I found a picture of him, like, so I put that on there and I sent it off. We need to see more community papers. I think community papers are awesome. They're funny. They help Crash's business, and they don't cost any, like, it doesn't cost them, they don't have to pay for licensing and stuff like that. So so yes, Let's see. Very cool. Glad you liked him. You're welcome. The actual warmies. Um, Maybe not. Maybe they're like Snuggies or something. They're the same concept, maybe a different brand. So yeah, um, you got them online. It was really hard to send them away to people I bought them for. I bet. But it's like fun. I can see where it's fun trying to like match people up. Like Tima got the axolotl, so that it's a nice gift. Mary says I like being able to snipe. Me too. Me too. Love it. Mel says Kerwin and stupid timer. Matt says, just the first cup I felt was really bad because no one was bidding till last second. Lori was barely getting over the minimum. I agree. And that's the downside of a timer, right? If the timer goes off and no one's bidding, you're done. I know when I've done auctions, it's like if no one's bidding, all right, going once, it's like wrap it up. If someone's bidding, I'm going to sit there and shoot the crap until the bidding gets somewhere because I want the painting to go for what it's worth, and sometimes some of those paintings go for $15-$20. That's a steal. I mean, I get it. You're getting rid of it. You're getting a little something on your return. Sometimes it's easier than having it sit around your house. But yeah, auctions, they're a lot of fun. I'm glad to see that they're happening more often. Let's see. Sammy update. So Sammy, he does not know where to poop. He is confused. He is tired of walking on the snow and falling through the snow. But I think with these past 2 days of super cold, it's freezing up enough that he could walk on it a little bit. But he's just confused where to pee too. He's been peeing in the middle of the driveway. He's just like, I don't care. We go outside and it's like he of course won't stay in the middle of the yard where it's low snow and he won't fall through as much. He goes over by the fence where my neighbors shoveled the snow up in a bank, and now he's really coming through. So by the time he pees, he's done. And we come in, and like 5 minutes later, he's got to go outside again, and then he's got to take a crap. But he just doesn't know what to make of this. But we went to his regular vet last Thursday. He had a vertigo episode on like Monday or Tuesday. That was really weird. He was stumbling around a little bit in the morning. So I thought, okay, I think he's maybe feeling a little dizzy. It wasn't his normal stumble. Sorry. And so I gave him his medication in the morning that you only give when he has an attack. And all of a sudden, like 11:30 or so, he went into a full-blown attack. So I couldn't give him any more, which sucked. So we just had to wait it out. It lasts about an hour and a half. His vet was surprised because she said normally like older dogs will have it and then it resolves itself and then that's it. And he keeps getting it. But she said he looks great. His coat looks great. His heart and everything sounded good. He was getting around well. So she was happy to see that. They did a red laser treatment on his back. So like a week or two prior, we got up in the morning. He was just crying in pain. And I think he fell out of the bed. They are telling me that it's like this thing that older dog had. I think he fell out of the bed. So he got this red laser treatment, and I don't know if it helped or not. He was so cute in his goggles. They put goggles on him. Oh my God. I'm trying to get a picture. They're giving me goggles to put on since I'm in the room. and I'm trying to hold his goggles on and I'm trying to do the phone. I couldn't manage it, but the next time he gets it, like I'm going to get it just so that they put the goggles on him again. And I'm going to be like, could you just hold him? Hold him. I want to take a picture. But he was so funny. But yeah, he's doing well. He's been laying on the bed. I have a heated throw on the bed, and I leave that on during the day. And so he goes in and lays there, and he sort of likes that. Let's see. Jessica says she loves the community papers. They're just so fun. They are. They are absolutely so much fun. And I think they sort of fell out of routine a little bit there. So I'm trying to make a little bit of a comeback because like I said, I just think they're fun. They give you the sense of community, and they make you laugh, and they help Crash's business. So why not? Eve says she's really enjoying the bingo papers. Yes, this week was the first time I got them out for. I didn't get it out for Crash's Life because I was working on something else at the time over there, but I was using it for Tima's Live, and wasn't near a bingo, but it was fun, and it's even more fun the fact that she's aware of what's on the bingo card. So then she goes to do something. She's like, nope, stop, can't do that. I don't want to do it. So yeah, those are funny. But that was a good idea. Let's see what else. Speaking of the devil, there's the man of the hour himself. We go to the chiropractor tomorrow. Yeah, you go to the chiropractor tomorrow. He's really excited about that. But let's see what else. Oh, I've been working on my premiere. So I don't know if those of you who have watched the premieres before, I know I'm seeing all the links come in and stuff in the chat with the creators. But if you haven't watched the premieres before, I'll do a little commercial. So Crashly organizes this, but what she does is she opens it up to all creators that are in the community, but I don't think it's all just diamond painters, or there's multi-craft people on there. But everyone gets an hour, and you do a video, whatever you want, and you schedule it, and then she puts together like a big playlist. So if you aren't doing anything for the holidays, you don't have anyone to spend the holidays with, you need a break, and you just need to go sit out of all the people, away from the people, you want to watch a video or something. So they play from Christmas Eve all the way through Boxing Day, so the day after Christmas. So definitely watch out for those. I think she publishes a schedule when it gets closer. Mine's sometime on Christmas Eve. I have to look it up because I'm gonna have to post mine. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I was gonna go somewhere and take everybody along. Then it was 1 degree. No. So the other night, I couldn't sleep. I was up at like 2:30 or something. I'm on my phone, and I saw something that triggered something. So I spent 2 days working on a video, and it's not even the whole premiere. It's just part of it, but I like it. It's sort of interesting. It's interesting, I think. But so I got to finish that up. Once Crystal gets the marker sorted out, we need a way to do it for real. Call in, stream, then post it somewhere. Yes. Yeah. And I like the idea of her like little, what was she doing? Like little magnet things. I've just been using a marker, but then you can't use the paper over again. So that's sort of stinky. Carol says, I love the premieres. They're so good. They are. Hi, Doretta. Welcome on in. Alsper says, love the idea of Christmas premieres. Looking forward to seeing them this year. Yes. and they are extra meaningful for me because I typically don't go anywhere for Christmas, and don't have a family. So it's nice to have something to look forward to. Um, although I typically, like Boxing Day, I typically, if it's not a weekend, I am typically working because on my team, I let everybody with the families and the kids and stuff, I let them take off all the time around the holidays, and I'm going to work and I cover some things. So, but I usually have it on in the background, so at least I'm listening throughout the day. But I think it's a great idea, and it takes a little bit of wrangling from Crash, but I think it's sort of like a well-oiled machine. Last year was my first time doing one, and I had to get it done in a day, like like yeah. So I forgot what I did. I think I did a like a paint along and then a small shop focus thing. So this year I'm going to do a paint along, probably the same canvas I was working on last year for a little bit, and then I have this special video that I've been working on. So looking forward to that very much. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have anything else on my list here. So watch for the premieres. I have been having some technical issues lately with my computer. I bought that computer shortly, just before I started my channel. So it's not the greatest like video workhorse type thing. So I may have to think about spending some of my bonus on getting new equipment. But this Premiere video, I had to start 2 different times because the program kept crashing. But some other things should be coming out that I have on the docket, as well as some specific questions have come in. So I'm going to address those as well. Doretta says, it's my first time participating. I'll be on Boxing Day at 2 p.m. Eastern. Nice. I am going to be looking for that. I love going through the list, and like, it's almost like when you're on a cruise and you look at the planner for the day and you go, oh, I want to go to that. I want to go to this one. I want to go to this one. I mean, I typically have them running all day long, but it's like, okay, I know that here I can go make lunch because I don't know this person, or whatever the case may be, or maybe they do coloring or something. So yeah, I don't know. But I like checking those out. Osbear, do you ever figure out why you ended up mute on your Star Wars video? No, wasn't that the live? Was it the live that was doing it, or is there an actual Star Wars video that's out there? I can go look. I was waiting for that one I did with the scroll. I was waiting for that to get flagged for copyright, but it didn't. It did get demonetized. I don't care. But that's a site. I've used that site before for when I was a trainer, like to kick off training sessions and stuff like that. And you can do it and run it and see it, but to download it, I made a donation to whoever set it up. I made a donation, and then they process it into HD, and now I have that. So that's sort of cool. I was also thinking today, tell me what you think here. My go-to tray company is Firefly. And I happened to be talking to the guy from Firefly today about romance art, romancing romance art. Since that's first, I've been talking to them about putting a tray together that would be available for people to buy with the logo or something on it. They make light up trays, and this one is dead, or else I would this be cool to have like a dark side and a, what would the light side be? Like this one, like one with maybe could they do a red, and then the other one is like a blue for the traditional lightsaber colors. Jessica's probably rolling her eyes if I don't have that right. I know Mace Windu was purple, and that was like a thing. Wouldn't that be sort of cool? I want to talk to him about that and see. I know these take a while for them to make, but they could do like a logo on the lid, and then you have it light up. And they have another one too. Where's that up? I don't think this is probably not charged either. Oh, this one has to be plugged in. But there's this one too that it lights up with, there's like an image here, like a relief, if you will. And when it lights up, you see the image. I think that would be sort of cool. Red and black for dark side colors, traditional blue or green for the light side. What color would the tray be? Would it be blue, or like I was using this pen for a Star Wars canvas because it was giving me the orange of the jumpsuits and stuff. Jedi Counselor's yellow. The lightsaber color is yellow. I'll have to talk to Jessica, make sure I get it right. But light up Star Wars tree seems cool. Maybe just do the lid with the lightsabers translucent. Yeah. And like, I want to talk to him and see if he can do it, and it would be available. But I would definitely do like a regular tray too, because I forget how much this was, but it's a little bit more costly. And I don't want people to have to like, spend $40 on a tray. But I think that would be really cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. But yeah, definitely something like maybe the May the 4th be with you on it with a lightsaber underneath it or something for like a regular tray. But yeah, I love the Inferno Nanos, or just the Infernos, to be honest. So yeah, so starting to work on stuff like that, getting some sponsors lined up for the romance art one, and Mel, then it's Mermaids and Magic, and I know Mel's on some of those. I will help out where needed, and then I need to start I have to hit DAC up for something for their because they have the Star Wars canvases, get some gift cards or something from them. But yeah, looking forward to doing all of those events. I can't believe there's like 7 events or something that I'm involved in next year, and I'm so for it. I know what I'm going to be diamond painting. I'm all in, and very excited about it. Watch the Facebook groups, because figuring out a way to help spread the news, but do it as like a little bit of a prize giveaway thing potential. So thinking of ways to do that. So watch the groups, and if you help spread the word, you could be entered in for a little prize of some sort. Yeah. I've also been watching, and I posted one in the Speaking of Diamonds in the Star Wars group. I've been watching this guy, Minty Comedic Arts. He's out of Australia, and he's like a movie buff. He actually turned a spare bedroom in his house into a blockbuster video. And he is I've been watching all of the Star Wars movie ones that he's been talking about. I have a couple of those ready to go up on the site, just posting the links out there. And I'm starting to go through some other other movies as well. But I don't know where he gets his information, but it's really interesting, and he's sort of funny too. Hey man, I was ignoring you. Had to step away from it. Whatever, Christopher. Yeah, I watch his stuff a lot too. Yeah, he's like funny. And I had to look up one time what's with the sunglasses. He always wears like really big sunglasses, but he doesn't like the way his face looks or something. I don't know. I forget what it was, but so let's see what else. So 6 p.m. Central, Crash goes on. Don't forget, Richard Lorenz, the artist Richard Lorenz, is going to be on with her. So definitely you want to be there because number one, you can watch Crash fangirl about over Richard. But sometimes Richard brings stuff to be given away, like prints, signed prints, things like that. And I don't know, that's sort of cool. I'm not huge into the birds, but if I got like a signed print, I'd be like, this is like an artist thing, right? So that's sort of cool. So definitely tune in to see what goes on with Richard. I know she was talking about she went over to his house like last weekend. He was having some type of open house and got a bunch of books and whatnot. So definitely go there, and then we'll see who the artist of the week is for 2 weeks from now. Who knows if they're gonna, well, there'll be a giveaway for the comment out on the site that you have to post something about what you like about Richard Lorenz's art, and you could win something there. Go check out their page on Facebook, and the graphic is enter to win, and then it tells you what to do in the comments. So go check that out. Let's see. I think that's it. I need to finish up some video stuff, and then I'd like to get a little bit of diamond painting done. I started a new, I'm going to work on my whips, right? I'm going to finish my whips. But I started a new one. This just came out from DAC. This is Nautical Dream Beach Hut. And I laugh because it sounds like something, it sounds like Barbie, like her dream beach hut or something. But the blues in here, when I saw this, it just brought tremendous peace. So I had to start this right away, and it's going quite well. Very, nice combo of confetti and color blocking. It's a nice break from what I'm working on here. What's it called? Mommy and Santa Claus or something, from Jaded Gem Shop. It's a 80 by 80 of like Mommy and Santa kissing by the tree, and the two kids are looking at them. That's super confetti heavy, so it's nice to have something that's not as confetti heavy. But then behind that, I have my in progress Star Wars one too, the Rebellion, which, as I've been watching these videos, I realize how close that is to the original like movie posters for the first third movie. Yeah, so I can get that out and work on that as well. But I'm trying to get all that stuff done. But anyway, Sky had that as a first look. Oh, that thing, yeah, that is. It's just, I don't know why. Melanie had the same response. We both looked at it, and I just went, oh, right? And so I had to do it. But then also maybe I have things for little houses. I'm going to do an unboxing. Romance art, you normally think of the animals. Or now, like, there's the ladies, there's the flowers. She's got a little house. I'm going to show that. And it's a new to me shop too. So we're going to talk about that. Doretta, nice shirt. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I don't remember what I'm wearing. What was I wearing the other day? I had a pop on with my boss, and she's a cameras on person. So I pop on, and I had my hoodie on that has the thumbs down, and it says "not a hugger." And she's like, "Oh, I like your sweatshirt." I'm like, "Oh, I should probably." I bought a couple like quarter zips just to wear in case I have to pop on the camera and stuff. I need to start wearing those more for work. Debbie Rice, watching a lurking nautical dream looks actually beautiful. My order arrives on Monday. Nice. Look forward to that. Yeah, I just had to start that. It was absolutely amazing. But and I am not even tempted to do any bling. I just want the pure image because I think it's got it all going on. So I see a little bit after 5 p.m. here Central. So I'm going to let y'all go. Like I said, I'm going to wrap up some stuff and then get Sammy some dinner and sit down and watch Crash in about an hour. So I will see some of y'all there. Oh, and those of you who watched the video I posted about the 1 year, Speaking of Diamonds is turned 1 year old on November 30th. And those of you who posted some really nice, cool comments, thank you so much. That really meant a lot to me. It was sort of like a existential moment, like, should I keep doing this, whatever, blah 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 blah. So it was very helpful. So everybody have a good rest of your Sunday, have a good week, and I will talk to you at some point throughout the week, or definitely probably most likely next Sunday too. So thanks everybody. Chat with you later. Bye bye.